When dealing with access, you will notice that 4 of your assignments require the basketball download. It is perfectly fine to either download 4 different instances of the basketball file or create all of your queries within one basketball file. Just keep building. That is fine. Once you open your database file, you should click the Enable Content in order to enable all of the content within your database. You will notice here we have a number of tables: coaches, games, participations, players, teams, venues, with a number of fields and data already inserted for you. You'll notice you are asked to find 6 answers. These are called queries. So we will start by creating a query using query design. We're first asked to find games where team number 3 was the winning team, to display the game ID, and name the query Homework 5-1. So we need to select the table Games. We can double-click Games or select it and click Add. That is all we need, so we close. We need our game ID, and it says we display it, so we make sure that the check mark is clicked next to Show. We then need the winning team ID, but we aren't asked to display this, so we unshow our winning team ID. We're asked to only display the winning team number 3. So in our criteria section, or our AND section, we put 3. We run our query to see if this works, and it did. We have our results. We now need to save our query, so we right-click where it says Query 1. We select Save, and we label this Homework 5-1 as our instructions request we do. We have now created our first query, answering number 1. Next, we are asked to find games where team number 3 was the winning team and team number 3 was the home team. Display the game ID and name the query Homework 5-2. We again go to Create, Query Design. We again only need the games table. We again want to show our game ID. We again do not want to show our winning team ID. And now we want our home team ID. We do not show this either. However, this time, we now have criteria of 3 in the winning team ID and the home team ID. Once we run this, we have less results than we did in our other query. We now save this as Homework 5-2 as instructed. We are now asked to find games where team number 3 was the home team or team number 3 was the winning team. Display the game ID and name the query Homework 5-3. We again go to Create, Query Design. We select our games table because that is all we need. We again show game ID. unshow winning team ID, and unshow home team ID. For our winning team ID, we have 3 in our criteria, but now, because we are asked or instead of and, we put a 3 in the or row for home team ID. We run, and again, we have more results. We right-click and save our query as homework 5-3 as instructed. We're now halfway home. We're next asked to find players who either scored more than 15 points or had more than 3 assists or had more than 10 rebounds. Display the player ID, points, assists, and rebounds. Name the query homework 5-4. So again, create query design. However, this time instead of games, we want participations. We want to show our player ID. We want to show points. We want to show assists and show rebounds. But now we need our criteria. For points, we need greater than 15. For assists, in our or section, we need greater than 3. And for rebounds in our or section, we need greater than 10. When we run, we have all of our results. You'll notice that rebounds, we still have some individuals with less than 10 rebounds and less than 3 assists. This is because they're ors, not ands. We then right-click to save this homework or this query as homework 5-4. And we have 2 queries left. We're next asked to find the players who scored more than 15 points and either had more than 3 assists or had more than 10 rebounds. Display the player ID, points, assists, and rebounds. Name the query homework 5-5. So again, create query design. We need our participations table. We show our player ID. We show our points. We show our assists. We show our rebounds. Our criteria for points, greater than 15, again. Now for assists, we put our greater than 3 under criteria, which is our and we put greater than 10 for rebounds under our or. We then run our query, and you'll notice and or applies in these instances. We save our query as homework 5-5 as instructed. Finally, we are asked to find the players whose home state is New York or New Jersey and whose weight is over 175 pounds. Display their first name, last name, home state, and weight. Sort by weight in descending order. Name the query homework 5-6. So again, create query design. This time we need our players table. We need player first name shown, player last name shown, home state shown, and weight shown. For our criteria within home state, we need to type in NJ in quotes, and then or NY in quotes. This tells Access either New Jersey or New York as criteria for home state. We also want to have their weight be over 175 pounds. And because we're told and, this goes in the criteria section. You will notice here there is a section called sort, or a row called sort. We're asked to sort by weight in descending order. So we click in there. We notice we have the option of ascending or descending. We select descending because that's what we're instructed to do. We then run our query, and we notice that our weights start at the highest amount and go down. We right-click and save our query as homework 5-6. Click OK. Then we close out all of our queries. We close out of our table and we submit.